Test, test. I put it on and I started talking. I'm like, I don't have mic. It's because I never turned the power. Okay. Good? Okay. What a nice crowd this morning. It's a beautiful day. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Can you guys hear me in the back? Yeah, that's about middle. How about in the back? Thanks, Brian. All right, so if you can't hear me in the back, you're not responding, so I'm assuming you can't hear me. That is why I asked you to come forward. In that back, you can hear me. Thank you. How about you guys over there? Yeah, can you hear? All right, you can. Okay. All right. So we're going to get on our feet. I know, the weather's so perfect right now. Good morning. Shabbat Shalom. All right. Let's go to the back of the mat, please. And as you move toward the back of the mat, I mean, there's a love fest going on, right? There's just so many little reunions happening. Today is a magical day. As you make your way toward the back of your mat, open your feet up a little bit wide and move the heels out into the corners of the mat so the outer edges of your feet become parallel and even with the edges of the mat. And then just take a moment with your feet. Just take a moment to feel. Some of us stand heavier in one foot than the other. Some of us stand really heavy in the toes, right? So see if you can get some weight in the center of both heels. And then lift and spread your toes and put all 10 toes down and let each of them feel like they are doing something to help you stand there. They all have a role. Believe it or not, the weight in each toe articulates all the way up. It affects your ankles, your knees, your hips, all the way up through your spine to your neck. So if you ever really take any of those toes for granted, this is the moment to welcome them into your body and to like really appreciate them. Did you ever stub your pinky toe? Yeah, it can wreak havoc on your life. Yes. And it's like one little toe, and you think like, what does that matter? But it matters, right? Can't wear shoes, you walk funny, right? All of it. So right now, all of those toes matter. The center of the heels, even a lift in the arch, so the architecture of the foot feels attended to. This is what yoga does. It helps us rebuild our relationship with our body to the unattended parts. So right now, today, the sole of your foot, it's going to be with you through the whole practice. We're going to use the rest of the body too, but I really want you to save a sliver of your consciousness to what's happening in the soles of your feet. Now, we're going to start to breathe, and we're going to start to reach. But as you reach up, I want you to still notice what's happening under your feet. So on your next inhale, reach the arms up. Keep pressing the feet down and out. And then exhale, bring your arms back down. That was done beautifully. 2 more times. Inhale, arms reach. Time the arm movement with the breathing. Exhale, the arms come down as the breath comes out. Last one together like this. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, bring the arms down. This time, inhale, arms reach, and we hold them up there. Please hook your thumbs. Hook the thumbs together, press out through the feet, and take a stretch over to your right. That's it. Now, I want you to let your hips move a little bit left. So we just stretch a little more through the left side body. And then start turning the gaze up slightly and turn your chest up to the left. Turn the chest up to the left, yes. So we're adding a little bit of rotation in the upper spine. Let your hips go this way. Let your hips go this way. Yeah, doesn't that feel better? Yeah. Then come back to center. Let's switch the hooking of the thumbs so that push and pull is happening on both sides. And then take your stretch over to the left. Really gently, the hips start to move a little bit to the right. The gaze goes up, the chest turns up to the right. Little nuances, micro movements, that is where the real parts of the yoga live. The big gross movements we can do with our eyes closed. It's the fine-tuning that actually makes it yoga, that tests your presence. Let's come back to center. Release your arms down by your sides. One more time, inhale, let's take the arms up. And then exhale, fold. Oh, that first forward fold. Yeah, you can make sounds in my class. The more honest you are about how you feel, the healthier you're gonna be, right? So we learn to express it simply, harmlessly, honestly. Let your head shake gently, yes. Gently. Some of you are really whipping that neck around, right? Gently, gently. And then just really gently say no. Both of those words, standing alone by themselves, are full sentences. Yeah. Let's soften our knees, pull the belly button into the spine. As you tuck your tail, I also want you to tuck your chin and then start to come up. Take it slow. Can you imagine one vertebra stacking on top of the other until you're standing tall again? And then inhale, let's, oh, there, I'm back. Exhale, forward fold. We have had moments. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Let's come to a flat back and then walk out into plank. So a little bit more muscle engagement here. And even though you're really focusing on your hands and your chest, I want you to pull in your belly button and lift your knees a little. Make sure the legs stay active. The legs will help support this pose in a big way. The hands are going to squeeze a little toward each other isometrically, and the feet try to stretch the mat apart. Yeah, you don't really do anything to them, but move in that direction. Good. Take one more breath right here. First one. And then lift your hips and go right back to down dog. Right now the soles of the feet are stretching. All 10 toes are pressing into the mat, and the outer edges of your heels are seeking to come closer to the earth. They may not touch ever. It doesn't matter. It's in the press. So whether you're pressing into space or you're pressing into the earth, it's in the press that helps pull the pose back. And nothing in yoga happens by itself. So it's not just the press of the heels, it's the push from the hands. Yes, I just saw you do it. And when both of those things happen equally, the pose becomes a little more steady and a little more effortless. Now, keep all of the actions, but start to move forward into plank again. The gaze goes forward, the legs become active, the core is strong. And then just today, let's try it. Everyone put your knees down right where they are. And then start to bend your elbows and lower the chest forward and down. So no booty in the air. I don't know how that happened. We're going to lay it all the way out onto the body, onto the belly. Inhale for Cobra. Cobra is done on the hands, not on the forearms. I see a lot of that going on the lawn. Yep, hands are right by the nipple line. I said nipples. Can you imagine? Right? I'm hanging out with Deb today. I must be channeling her through me already. Yeah. All right, so press into the hands gently and a little bit more into the heels of the hands and start squeezing your elbows. I want you to feel the shoulder blades drawing back. This is about making your back muscles strong. It's not about bending your spine. Now lift your hands a half an inch. So you feel where you're working. Lengthen your legs and press the tops of your feet down. Ground into the pubis bone and the hip bones. Yep, now put your hands back down and gently enhance the work. Don't over-muscle it, don't overpower it. There, that is Cobra. Lifting through the crown of the head, take a deep breath, and then exhale, slowly lower the chest back down. Let's tuck our toes, pull in the belly, and find our way back to downward facing dog. We push up and back. So the hands push, the heels pull. And right now, just work through the soles of the feet. Even the palms of the hands. Wherever we touch the mat, there is a new experience of conscious awareness. Let's take one more breath here. And then look forward, please. Let's step the right foot to the right. Right foot to the right hand. And then rise into high crescent lunge. Notice how much of the work is happening in your feet. If you're all up in your head and you're all up in your arms, making all kinds of drama, you're probably losing your balance. Ground your feet into the mat. Let those be the thing that hold you. The feet still feel like they want to push down and out, so you ground, you own it. But then the legs draw into the hip sockets. Subtle movements, tailbone slightly down and hip points lift just a little. Now, I think you can lift a little more out of the rib cage. Let's take a breath and reach high. And then on the exhale, we're just going to put our hands back down. Once you touch down, step back lightly, hold your plank. We're going to try this again. Don't move the knees forward. Just gently put them where they are. Put them down. Yes, and then bend the elbows. Lower the chest forward and down. Much better. Inhale, Cobra pose. Find the strength in your back, not the flexibility of your spine. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Find the push-pull. So that was nice. I saw a little bit of rhythm there. So we're going to get used to doing that little sequence of movements, and then we're going to sync it up with the breath, and we're going to develop some heat in the body. I want you to have good form so that you can move consciously. Find those little nuances. Let's take one more breath here. And then left foot, left hand. Look forward as you do it. Rise up by pressing the feet down. Much better, second side. Let's make the micro movements. Ground the feet, but keep the legs drawing in. There's a sense of integration in the hips. Now the side waist long. Reach higher. I think you could even pull your left hip back and your right hip forward. It's a little adjustment. Last time we went tailbone down, pelvis up. This time we went left to right. And those kind of nuances are happening all the time. There is never just one perfect one for everybody. So I open that curiosity in you so you could find what you need to do. Left to right, front to back, little adjustments. That's where the yoga lives. Be in your body. Take one more breath. On the exhale, plant your hands. Step back lightly to plank. Knees, and then lower, chest forward and down. Inhale, Cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, one good deep breath in. Make a sound on the exhalation. Really? That's how you feel today? Come on, take a deep breath in, make a sound. I'll make it the loudest because I got a microphone on. Join me in that. Take a deep breath in, open your mouth, make a sound. Thank you. Let's look forward, walk our feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, rise with a flat back. Head up, chest up. Let's reach the arms high. Touch those palms together and then pull it right to the heart. All right, feet together at the top of the mat. Big toes touching, ankle bones do not have to. And then inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Dive right in. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath. And then go to plank and lower. You can do the knees or not. It's up to you. Inhale, Cobra pose. And exhale back to downward facing dog. So when we sync up the breath and the movements like that, we call it vinyasa. That is the style of yoga we're practicing today. And it is all about syncing up the breath and the movement. So we're not chasing the poses with the breath, and we're not chasing the breath with the poses. We're timing. We're organizing. And we're moving in a specific way with a heightened level of consciousness. Yeah. That is what yoga is. Take one more breath. As you exhale, look forward. Walk your feet to the top of the mat. Bring them together. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold. Again, with a flat back, rise all the way to standing. Reach the arms all the way out and up. Let's touch the palms and then pull it right to heart center. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Take it to plank and lower on the exhalation. Any modifications that you have, you can do. You can turn it up or soften it down. Find your way to down dog. 3 breaths. All attention to the breath and the little micro movements. Within the space of each breath, you have opportunity to be curious about your body, to even out the effort, to find that steady and effortless place. Last breath. On the exhale, we look forward. Simply walk your feet to the top of the mat. Do it with a little style. Lift halfway. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees this time. We're going to end with a chair pose. The knees bend, the arms reach, so our hips sink just a bit. Check back in with your feet. Another one of those moments where if you're too heavy in the heels or too heavy in the toes, the pose is like almost unbearable. You spend the whole time cursing the teacher, right? But if you can actually settle into the feet, then the balance will be better in your legs, and then you could engage your core and start to reach like you mean it. Straighten the elbows. Yeah, now I see you. Take one more breath. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. There, we're smiling. Halfway lift, inhale. Serve the heart forward. Lengthen your spine, and then fold again. Exhale. With a flat back, we rise. Head up, chest up. Let's reach high. Hands come to heart center. Again, inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, hips sink, and then exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway, lengthen. Go to plank pose. Lower down, knees or not, it doesn't matter. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, right foot steps up, left foot turns flat. We call it warrior one, a little different than that first lunge. The back foot is on the ground, but the pinky toe side of that back foot has to ground the pose. If you fall into the arch of your foot, you're really vulnerable in the inner knee. So I need you to ground the back foot, and then just take a really quick look down at the mat. Make sure there's a little space between your feet width-wise. We don't want to be heel to arch here. That's a little too tight on the midline. You won't be able to articulate your hips, and you'll put a lot of pressure on the SI joint. So we widen just a tiny bit, and then try to pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Yeah, see if you can make those little micro movements. And again, test the waters. Tailbone down, pubis bone or hip bones lift. See if you can find where your bones arrange better together. Yeah. Okay, so now the front knee bends without losing the back footprint. Chest plate is forward. One really important thing, relax the shoulders away from the neck, but get a little more fierce with your arms. See if you can bring the biceps a little closer to the ears. I want to see a fierceness in the arms. This is the pose of the warrior. So you hold your ground, your heart is forward, your arms are reaching as if to say, this is my space. I own this space. And from this space, I want to emanate, I don't know what, you fill in the blank. Love, peace, community, truth. I'm working on that one. It's not easy in this world, in this culture. Take one more breath. What do you stand for? And then exhale, put your hands down. Step back lightly, lower slowly. Inhale for Cobra pose. And then exhale right back into downward facing dog. Let's try it on the other side. Warrior one. We get this first set of warriors so that we can break it down and we can find those little micro movements, so then when we come back the next time, we're going to move through it one breath only. So take your time right now. Let your body learn. Let the impressions be made so you can feel where the space is. You can feel where the congestion is. We want to be careful not to exploit the space and not to avoid the tension, right? So we're working in balance all the time. The footprints in this pose are key to getting everything else to align. You use both feet equally. You try to square the hips a tiny bit. The chest plate comes forward. We relax the shoulders out of the neck, but become a little more fierce in the arms. And right now, what is it that you are expressing? What is it that you stand for? Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, exhale, let it go. Hands come down. Step back lightly lower, nice and slow. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Work through the back bend that makes sense for your body. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Yeah, this is it. This is so beautiful. Let's take a deep breath and make that sound one more time. Yeah. All right, maybe you're feeling kind of at ease. I'm not going to push it. When you're ready, look forward. Walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. So the one place I want you to actually play with is the tailbone here, not just the footprints. Everyone go ahead and stick your booty out. Doesn't feel so good, does it? Go ahead, tuck your tailbone under, like a scared dog. Ooh, like tuck it under, like you're in fear, right? Yeah, that doesn't feel so good either. Find what is soft and neutral, and then just pull the tailbone down toward the mat. Bend your knees, keep grounding the feet equally. I'm leaving them in chair pose when I have no mic. Oh my goodness. Push into your feet, come all the way up. Take a little back bend. That was his fault, not mine. I was trying to talk you through it. Take a deep breath and then exhale, arms down. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Soften your knees now, please. Touch the mat with both hands. The right leg is going to take a big step back. I want you to keep the right hand and go ahead and twist open to the left side. Keep the right hand down. There must be one little dead spot, so I'm going to try to stand still. Huh? Oh, mic in front. Okay. All right, so start with the footprints. The moment you integrate the feet, you can actually articulate your hips. When the hips are integrated, you can access more in your spine. So we work smart, not hard. Make sure you're using all 10 toes. Don't let that back heel tilt out. Yeah, that's it. Everything aligns. Then we meet our edge, and we're in the truth. Take one more breath. Exhale, eyes down, hands down, step to down dog. As soon as you step that left foot back, bend into your right knee. Let's go a little deeper in the left side. Give a little push from the left hand, a little lift in the left hip, and a little more sink in the left heel. That's it. And then switch to the other side. Just a little more access, a little more space. And then go ahead, push both legs back. When you're ready, you look forward and walk your feet to the top of the mat. Lift halfway, inhale. Fold deeply as you exhale. Bend your knees for chair pose. That's it. So your chair poses are getting better and better with each repetition. So as much as we don't like doing the poses we don't like over and over, this is how we fall in love with them. Right? We got to keep hanging out. We got to keep getting to know each other. And eventually they become steady and effortless. Go ahead and lift your right knee to your chest. What? You said what? Yeah, I said lift your right knee to your chest, but stay in chair pose. That's it. Then put the right foot down. Come to standing. As you lower your arms, put a smile on your face. Good. Inhale, chair pose. Arms reach, hips sink. Yeah, you forgot to smile, right? You forgot how good it feels to smile. Left knee comes up to the chest. There's a push and a pull here. Now, if you lift the toes on the left foot and you activate the sole of the left foot, you're going to feel a little more steady. Can you feel that? When we unplug the foot, we have to still use it. Put your foot down and then come on up. As you exhale, your arms come down and your corners of your lips rise. That's it. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath, and then soften your knees so both hands touch down. The left foot's going to take that big step back. As soon as that left foot goes back, get all 5 toes equally working on the mat behind you. As you use your toes, you can activate the left leg a little more strongly. We'll root the left hand and start twisting open to the right side. Pay attention to what's happening in the pelvis. Most of you have your left hip really low and your right hip really high. Could you work to balance that a little? It feels weird to lift that left hip, but I'm going to ask you to do it. Lift the left one and then bend the right knee. Yeah, then you're a little bit more level. And then you can twist from the waistline, from the rib cage, from the chest. There's a lot of muscular action that brings you into the most freedom in these spaces. Draw the head back slightly. Let's take one more breath in. On the exhale, put your hand back down. Step right into down dog. As soon as you put that right foot back, bend your left knee. Expand a little bit into the space now that the tissue's getting warmer. Then go ahead, switch to the other side. And then we'll push both legs back, take a breath, and then look at your hands. Let's bring our feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, yes, chair pose once again. And then push through both feet, come all the way up, and release your hands down by your sides. All right, we're ready to put Surya B together. It's going to be a big, beautiful flow. And I know some of you are going to feel like I'm moving really fast. Don't let it frustrate you. Just move at the pace that suits you. This is an all levels class. It's a public class. I don't really know the history of all of your bodies, your injuries, and all of your stuff. So I expect that we don't all look and move the same. I want you to honor yourself, because there's no way that I can honor every single one of you in the same way at the same time. So this is a moment of personal power and choice, that you breathe and you move the way you are meant to. And the more beautiful it is, for me, is the more diversified that this practice is. So I'm going to send the cues out there, and I want you to do what's authentic and feels really right for you. On your inhale, take chair pose. As you exhale, forward fold. Try to honor the breath. Inhale, lift halfway. We're going to go to plank and lower on the same exhalation. Both feet back, empty out your lungs as you lower. Take a deep breath. Inhale for Cobra. As you touch down dog, prepare for warrior. Right foot steps, left foot flat. One breath only. Rise for warrior, your full expression. And then exhale, bring it back down. Hands down. You step back and lower. You do it with your breath. Some of you are going to move slow and some of you are going to move fast. Take your back bend as you inhale and then touch down dog and give me warrior left. When you come up, what do you stand for? And then on the exhale, we bring it down. Remember all of the little nuances. Don't rush. Inhaling through Cobra and exhaling back to down dog. Now you get to take 5 breaths. Let that breath move in and out of you, and within the space of each breath, you can make those little micro movements. Use your handprints and your footprints. The idea of yoga is that you become present. Not that you can do all kinds of movements with your body. It's that you're present as you're doing them. Take one more inhale. Let's push back a little. And then look at your hands and bring the feet up to the top of the mat. Feet are together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. So the question at every moment in the yoga practice is, am I really doing what I'm doing as I do it? Am I really doing what I'm doing as I do it? Your challenge is to do that today, to stay present, to feel your feet on the mat. Push into those feet, come to standing all the way up. Exhale, your arms come down. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, chair pose. As you exhale, forward fold. When you're ready to inhale, lift halfway. The exhale takes you to the belly or chaturanga. Both feet go back and lower, empty, empty, empty out. Take a deep breath as you do your back bend. And then touch down dog and show me warrior. Right foot steps, left foot flat. What do you stand for? When you're ready, you exhale and put it all back down. The flow looks beautiful. It looks honest. Do the second side on your own. Yep. Yeah. A softness in your eyes. A grace in your movement. If we keep the eyes open, our balance is better. Sometimes it feels like we want to get lost and close our eyes and go inside. If you do, move your eyeballs as if they were open. Keep looking up, looking down. There is something, a part of the practice called the dristi, and it really does matter. Right now, we're looking toward the navel, whether your eyes are open or not. Take one more breath, push back a little, and then look forward. With some grace, bring your feet to the top of the mat. Feet are together. Inhale, lift halfway, and then exhale, fold. We're going to finish strong with a chair pose. Hands come to heart center. Lift your heels. Yeah? This is why we have to be nice to our toes, right? Now, can you sink a little lower? As your knees bend, lift your heels higher. And then just really carefully, if your knees won't let you, then you just don't go so deep. But if you could you sit down onto your heels? A little toe squat. That's it. Hands are in prayer. Can we lift our heads a little higher? Not everybody's knees bend like that, so it's okay if you can't go all the way. Hold your head up. Now, at the same time, you're going to push your heels flat and reach your arms up and stop halfway in chair pose. You can do it. Yeah, there's something really powerful about that spot. Heels down. Full on chair pose. And then push through your feet. Come all the way up. Take a little back bend at the top. It's about length, not about bend. And then bring the hands to heart center. All right. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. We're going to go to plank and hold. Stay in the upper push-up position. And then unplug your right foot. As soon as that foot comes off the floor, I want you to flex it. I want you to imagine you're still on all 5 of those toes. Spread the toes like there's pressure in those toes. Keep the foot flexing. So that foot behind you is toes to knee. Heel pushing back. We're not pointing, we're flexing. Yes. And now go ahead and pull that right knee to your elbow. Here's a little test. Can you pull it up to your armpit? Can you slide it down to your wrist? Can you pull it back to your elbow? And then step back to plank. Yeah, I'm messing with you for sure. Take downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Breathe. This is an attitude adjustment moment. Sometimes life gets unexpectedly challenging. How do you handle it? What is your attitude right now? Do you laugh and be like, oh my God, I can't believe that was so freaking hard? Or do you get mad at the teacher? Do you start self-beating about your strength or your weakness, right? Just pay attention. It's just really interesting how much we can evolve when we get in the truth. Let's soften our knees, tuck our tailbone and our chin, and roll up slowly. Roll it up. Take your time. Move through your spine. And then inhale, arms reach. We wipe the slate clean. Exhale, forward fold. Because we got to do it again. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Walk out to your plank pose. Yep. Lift that left foot. Stay so active in the left foot. It will help you stay stronger on that left side as you do the work in your core. Look forward, don't look down. Draw the knee to the elbow. Just for fun, try to pull it to the armpit. It might not move much, but try, and then slide to the wrist. Pull it back to the elbow, and then put it back. Lower slowly. Inhale for Cobra, that was much better. Exhale, downward facing dog. I didn't get as many dirty looks. Okay. Walk your hands back to your feet. This time grab onto your big toes. It's called potting Gustasana. The index finger and the middle finger are going to be like a hook, and they're going to wrap around the big toe with the palms facing in, and then the big toes push down, and the biceps start to engage so your elbows kind of pull out. Elbows pull out. Yep, draw the head down. Try straightening the right leg just a little. And then soften it. Try straightening the left. And then soften it. Take your sit bones a little closer together. Narrow the sit bones. Squeeze a little bit. And then try straightening both legs. If they don't straighten, it doesn't matter. Just like the heels don't have to touch in down dog. We move into the space. Try to let the head down so there's no tension in the back of the neck. That's it. Footprints. Equal in the heels, equal in the toes. Left to right, front to back, arch is lifted. Now release the hold on your feet. Start to bend your knees 90 degrees and reach your arms forward. Hips feel like they're pulling back and arms start reaching forward. Draw the chest out over the knees. There you go. I saw that. Hands are going to pull right into the heart center, and then put the right elbow inside the right knee and spinal twist for me. Right elbow inside right knee. That's right. Right elbow inside right knee. Think about that. If you're looking at someone's face, you're probably the wrong direction. That's okay. We're going to exalt the arms. That means right arm down, left arm up. We're getting really good at this one. And now left leg straightens. Keep the relationship between the right elbow and the right leg. Push, pull. Yep. Now can you lengthen the spine a little more? Draw the head out. I like it. Hands are going to come back in prayer. You're going to bend both knees and start to reach the arms forward. You've got it. Go ahead and switch. Hands pull in, left elbow inside left knee. Try to keep the weight even in both feet. Always check in. Is there balance in the pelvis? Go ahead, exalt the arms. The left arm reaches down, the right one reaches up, and then the right leg starts to straighten. There's lots of space here. Draw the head back. If you feel like your chin is tucking toward the chest and the upper back is rounding, that means pull the head back. Open up just a little bit more. Try to keep the left hand inside the left ankle. Left hand inside the left ankle. Move your bottom hand. Yeah. Okay, hands come back to heart. Bend both knees. And then reach the arms forward. Woo-wee, you guys okay? All right, forward fold. Take a deep breath. Make a sound on the exhale. Yeah. Now roll it up like a rag doll. Take care of yourself. Reorganize your body. Feel your feet pressing down as your heart rises up. Lift your head. Inhale, both arms reach. And exhale, fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Go to plank pose, please. Let's roll onto our right side. Vashistasana, the side plank. You can put one foot in front of the other or one on top of the other. So we roll to the right, left arm goes up to the sky. Now, feel how much your feet can help you in this pose. Push down and lift the hips higher. see if you can draw that left arm a little back behind you and drop your head back slightly. Keep using your feet. In order to get that upper body to bend, you've got to really keep the feet on the ground. Now, take the left bicep over the ear. You've got it. Beautiful. Turn the heart up toward the sky. Last breath. Arm rises. Eyes down, hand down. Return to plank and lower. Yep, knees down is always an option. Inhale for Cobra, and then exhale, downward facing dog. So I always feel like there's this moment where we're so happy that's over, but then we have to do the other side. It's not the end of the world, right? Come to plank. Use everything you know. Bring your wisdom and your experience. Vashistasana on the left. We roll to the left. We lift the right arm high. Use your feet. Push down to rise up. The hips can rise. We have a strength inside the pelvis. It's the Mula Bandha and the Uddiyana Bandha that we lift from the innards, like the insides of the body. Pull up and in. Good. Start to draw the arms slightly back, the chest slightly open, head back. And then take the bicep over the ear. Yes, so beautiful. Let it feel beautiful. Use what you've got. Make some space. Tailbone draws down. And then arm comes back up. Eyes down, hands down. Lower yourself carefully down. Inhale for Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. Right foot steps to the front of the mat. Stay on your left toes and come into that high crescent lunge. We did one at the beginning of the practice. That's really good. We're going to stay up high on those toes. And then please straighten your right knee, the front knee. So both legs are straight and you're up on the toes of the back foot. Hands go to your hips. Nice and simple. Fold halfway. It's not so easy when you're on the toes, but just keep grounding all 5 of them. I promise you, when you use your feet well, we can articulate almost anything. Draw the chest out a little bit longer.
What do you feel?
That's so good. Make sure both legs are straight here. There's no more lunge going on. And then really slowly come back to standing. I like it. Bend into the front knee. Arms go up. High crescent lunge. And then hands come to heart center. Please take your left elbow outside your right knee, spinal twist. As soon as that elbow crosses the midline, you have got to activate the left foot and the left leg for stability. So there's some balance. We can't just lean right. We have to anchor left. Now keep the feeling of relationship that you have with the left elbow and the right knee. They push against each other and release and exalt that right arm up. I'd like you to keep that bottom arm bent because I think you have more ability to keep that relationship of pushing into each other. That's it. Now, turn that right palm forward, reach the bicep over the ear. Yep, reach the bicep over the ear like you're reaching toward the center of the park. So there's a pretty deep twist here. If you push into your left elbow, your right chest will open more. You've got it. Arm goes up. Hands come into prayer. Really slow. Keep them in prayer. Return to center. Find your balance. Oh, not so easy. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, take a flow. That was beautiful. That was so good. Did you guys like that? Not sure about that? Second side's going to be so much better. Find your way to down dog. And then go ahead and walk your hands back to your feet and take a little squat at the back of the mat. Just leave the feet parallel to each other. Just squat down, round your belly over your thighs, and tuck your chin to your chest. So feet are just at hip distance. It's like a child's pose. It's a gift. So bow forward, hands to the floor, chest to the knees, head down. Feel your tailbone tuck and your chin tuck, and just stretch your back out. And then nice and slow, start to lift your head. Start to straighten your knees. Put your heels down. Good. Walk it out into downward facing dog. Let's take a deep breath here. And then the left foot steps for that high crescent. Left foot steps up, we rise up. We stay on those back toes. The arms reach, the chest plate is forward. Find the grace here. It's a pretty simple pose, but it needs a lot of attention. It's going to become a little more complex as you straighten the front knee. And as you stand there thinking about how hard this is on you, think about how much harder it is for the person in that ambulance and all of the people who love that person. This is nothing. We're just trying to do a yoga pose. Don't make it more than it is. Both legs straight, arms to the sky, right? And then hands come to the hips. Stabilize, that's all we're working on here. Little micro movements. Hands are on the hips, let's fold forward. I know there's a lot of work on that left hamstring, but we've been touching it and touching it and touching it, so you can do this, right? The kneecaps are not locked back, they're lifted up because the quadriceps are engaging. So we don't want the belly on the front thigh. Hands are on the hips and straighten the front knee. Yep, so lift your body a little bit higher and straighten that front leg out. Left hip back, right hip forward. There's lots of little micro movements. Keep those feet on the ground. Keep your eyes open. Yep, you've got this. Slowly rise. Bend back into that front knee. It should feel pretty good. Hands to prayer. The twist is going to the left side. Right elbow outside the knee. And that's a really important thing. We're trying to anchor the elbow outside the knee. The elbow pushes into the leg, but the leg strongly pushes out. They create a lock. That lock is going to sustain you through all of the different variations. So don't change that right elbow. Just lift the left arm to the sky. If you're feeling wobbly, it's probably because you need to activate your right leg a little more. Use your feet, use your legs, build the foundation, and then the expression of the pose can continue to grow and go deeper. Left palm turns forward, take the bicep over the ear, long waist. Now as you're reaching long through that left side body, the right side's still twisting under you. You guys are amazing. This is not easy. This might even be categorized as contortion, right? But you're doing it, and you're doing it with a calm face, and you're breathing. Let's bring the arm up and then the hands back to prayer. Moment of truth. Find your center. Come back up. You've got it. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, take your flow. Hands to the ground, step back, and lower. Yes, have a sense of humor. Inhale, Cobra pose. Exhale, find your way to downward facing dog. Okay. We're going to come forward into tabletop pose. So we softly put the knees down and then sit back in child's pose. Let your head rest. Take a moment with your own breath. Feel the breath move in and out. Feel that heartbeat pumping in your chest. Really doing what you're doing as you do it. Sometimes the poses are engaging enough to really keep you present. Sometimes they're so simple that you could disassociate or check out. I'm asking you to stay with me here. Stay with your breath. Stay in your mat. Stay in your practice. Be the witness of what happens to you when you're in the stillness. When there isn't distraction and there isn't something to do. What happens when you try just to be? The dialogue that runs through your mind, the sensations that live in your body. Can you just be with them? Continue to breathe. So even though we take a few moments of stillness in the middle of the practice, it Doesn't mean that the practice is over. For me, this is where the practice begins. We move the tension out of the body so that we can be a little more still, a little more comfortable in our own skin. So we learn that it's okay to stop in the middle of the frenzy of life and take a pause. When you're ready, just nice and slow, come to seated. Please swing your feet around in front of you. Notice the energy in the park. Notice the energy in you that changed just from all of the movement to the stillness. Feels different in here, doesn't it? Let's stretch our legs straight out in front. Take a deep breath and reach your arms up to the sky. And then pull the belly in. Keep reaching your arms up. Keep pulling the belly up and in. Now push your legs down and out. They're not going to move, but they're going to like anchor down into the mat and try to spread the mat apart even though they don't move. I want you to keep that action. Keep spreading your toes. Pull the toes up toward your knee and then pull the pinky toes back even more. Do you feel your legs? You feel your feet? We're not even standing. They're still important. And then start to fold forward. I don't care what you grab. No prize for getting your toes. Just keep reaching forward. When you get as far as you can, let your head soften. Keep breathing. Feet are pushing down and out. Toes are pulling back, especially pinky toes. Just feel the soles of the feet. You don't have to be touching them for them to be active, right? You had them so perfectly engaged with your arms in the sky. Take one more breath here. And then soften everything. Relax your feet. Relax your belly. Yeah, relax your head and neck. Let your arms hang by your sides. And then the only thing we're going to engage is that lower belly and that pelvic floor, and you're going to start to pull yourself up. Drag the arms along the mat. Start to stack your spine. Come up strong and carefully. And then bend your knees so you can start rounding your back and roll yourself all the way down flat onto the floor. Lay onto Mother Earth, lay onto the mat, and let her hold you for a moment. As soon as you lay everything down, let's bend the knees and turn the feet toward each other. Drop the knees open wide. Both arms come up overhead. So there's lots of space between the ribs. There's lots of space under the armpits and in the hip joint. The arms can rest on the ground. Up over the head with the elbows soft. Yep. Let them be. Let's separate the lips and relax the jaw. Move the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Let the breath run free. Really start to soften. Even the places that you didn't even know were tense. Right now, you can probably start to notice as more and more parts of you relax, the more tense ones start to become more apparent. So see if you can soften. And then I want you to keep the elbows bent, but I want you to pull them wider so they look like goalposts. Is it Super Bowl weekend? No? See, what do I know? And I couldn't even tell you who's playing because I hate football. I do. I really hate everything about it. I hate the sound of it when it's on in my house. I think it's a dumb game. There's the truth. I know lots of people love it, so don't, we're to each his own. I don't think people who watch football are stupid. I just think the game is stupid, Now draw the knees back up. Open your feet wide. Drop both knees to the right side. Keep the chest open wide. So the feet are wide. They're at either edge of the mat. Not quite a spinal twist, a little bit more hip loosening, because we really were very linear today. We didn't do any of our warrior twos or triangles. So we didn't really externally rotate the hip too much. I want to make sure we move side to side a little bit before we are done. So make sure your feet are apart. Wiggle them out to the edges of the mat. Yeah, there you go. Even more. Both of them. The hips will feel a little more free if they have space. And then we'll keep the arms up, but tip the knees back to center and gently over to the other side. And just check for the edges of the mat with your feet. Some of you have moved your feet towards center or all the way to one side. So both feet are on the ground. Both feet are feeling the edges of the mat. And then it's a simple rotation of the femur bone. The right leg is internally rotated, the left leg is externally rotated. And we're just really making sure there's some really beautiful circulation in the hips. Keep the ribs spread and keep the breath kind of big. Slowly bring it back to the center. Bring the arms more out like a T, so they're even a little bit lower, and the shoulder joint itself is a little bit more neutral instead of open. And then lift your feet off the mat and take both legs and your hips over to the right for spinal twist. You'll see the lower spine moves now. The chest stays wide, and you look to the left so the cervical spine turns. And we just breathe. Again, always looking for the parts that have a little bit harder time relaxing. I mean, some parts of us go right away. And as more and more of the body softens, it becomes more apparent that there are little places that are still holding on. They're gripping. See if you can go there with your consciousness and your breath and soften some of that tension. You don't have to analyze it or understand it or know why it's there, but you can invite it to go. Send it back where it came from. And then we're going to push down a little bit into the arms, so you can engage the core and safely bring your legs back to the center and over to the other side. As you roll through the middle, let it feel like a massage. Kind of stay flat on the back, rolling over the lower back, and then letting the knees go all the way left as you look to the right. It's just this gentle wringing out. And this is not just about the muscles along the spine, it's about all of those vital organs, all of the smooth tissue, organs that are inside the abdominal cavity, the thoracic cavity, the pelvic cavity. As we change positions, we actually increase the blood flow. We change up the positioning and the pressure. We create release and detoxification and oxygenation and all the really beautiful things that make us feel so much better when we get up. This is still breath and movement, just like when we were vigorously moving through the vinyasa. Harder isn't better, faster isn't better. I know our culture has driven that home for decades, but it's not true. We need both. Let's press into the arms and bring ourselves back to center carefully with the core. And then gently put your feet down. Let your feet be on the ground for a moment, as if to say, I am here. Let's bring the arms down by your sides. Turn the palms to face up. When you can start to feel the weight of your head resting on the floor and the weight of your arms heavy by your sides, then you can go ahead and stretch your legs straight down the mat. The arms and legs heavy, but the hands and the feet soft. Check back in, see if you can separate the upper and lower jaw. Maybe even let the tongue move away from the roof of the mouth. And then just really be still. Let's start our awakening. Each of us individually deciding how it is that we want to stretch or move, how it is that we're going to make our way to seated. And there's no right or wrong way, better or worse way, good or bad way. It's just your way. And then together, as we sit up a little bit taller, we hold our hearts and our heads up. And even here in this seated position, believe it or not, the way you use your feet matters. What if you were to push down a little bit with your feet? Do you feel how everything else in the body sort of, it just like goes, oh yeah. We can pull in and up, we can ground down. And almost every time we push down, something will rise. It's like when the ball hits the floor, it bounces, right? So if we put a tiny bit of force down, something will rise. It's a press and rebound. So remember that as you get off the mat today, as you go walk to your car, every footprint is an opportunity for you to push down and rise up, not to be taken down, right? That's a choice. We could all walk around kind of like that. Or we can push down to rise up, right? And what do you think would be better for your body long term? For your energy, every moment. Use your yoga off the mat, please. Please, if we're going to do this work, take some of it with you and let it ripple into the funniest little ways that you don't even have to tell people about. Let's seal our practice, hands at the heart. Together we'll make 3 ohms. The first one for you, like a pat on the back for showing up. The second one, a dedication to someone else, someone you love, someone you miss, someone who can't do yoga and wishes they could. And then the third one, just offer it up generously to the community. Just put it out there. Feels really nice to take care of yourself, to be generous to someone else, and then to just be generous in general, right? So the first one, take a deep breath for you. For someone else. And the last one for the community, for the greater good. Deep breath in. Om Shanti 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 He. I had to shut that off. There we go. Om peace, peace, perfect peace. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the actions of my life and all of our lives somehow contribute to that happiness and that freedom. May we all know peace. May we use our yoga for good. May we let it surprise us in magical ways. And may we be an expression of it in our communities every day. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your dedication to your practice. Namaste. To you guys too, thank you so much. Happy Saturday. It's a beautiful day. Enjoy every moment. I think it's going to rain later though. So enjoy this morning for everything that it has to offer you. I did not get the sign-out sheets out early, so most of you have not signed in today. I would appreciate it if you would come up and grab a hold of the sign-up sheets. They are for the city. It's a waiver form, and I would really appreciate it if you would come up and sign in. And then as well, if you want to be receiving emails, like when the practice is going to be canceled or when we have events going on in the community, if you want to be in the know, then give me the email list that you would like me to send information to. We only send 1 or 2 emails out a month unless it's a special announcement like a cancellation. One comes from me directly and one comes from my studio. So if you would, hi, it's so nice to see you. If you would like some information about what's happening in the studio. Oh, I don't think so. Okay, let me see what I have. Hi, does anyone have change of big bills? I might. Let's see, I have 50, 70, I have 81. Yeah, okay. Thank you. I'll put it right in there. And also, if you wouldn't mind helping out with the... Oh, thank you. If you wouldn't mind helping out with the tables and chairs as we clear off the platform, we need to put all the tables and chairs back. Yeah, this is for the email list, and the other 2 are floating around. Okay, that's good. Thank you for the bubbly. How are you feeling?
What a great turnout you had.
Today was huge. Crazy. Oh, that day too. Yeah, let me just shut this off.